AUs. An alternate universe in fandom is a term for a genre of fanfic where you put characters from an original media into a situation where otherwise they wouldn't be in canonically. Say your favorite characters who undergo severe amount of trauma in canon, but you write them in a universe where none of that happens and they work peacefully at a coffee shop, or vice versa. Well, today I'll be telling you about our own AU, where the events of Sonic Adventure 2 go bad. Sonic and Shadow failed to stop the Ark from crashing to Earth, leaving death and devastation at its wake. Sonic, with the last bit of energy from the Chaos Emeralds, tries to Chaos Control Tails and himself to safety, only to find that he couldn't save him. As for Shadow, he is left floating helplessly in space as the Earth burns along with his promise to Maria. Now, I don't want you to be like, hey, well, that's not canon. Well, actually, Shadow is immortal and he's God, actually, so he can do whatever. Like, no. This is an alternate universe. It doesn't really have to follow canon, so I don't want to hear none of that, okay? We already got enough of that on TikTok. If you'd like to read the whole prologue, I'll be leaving you a link down in the description below. And so, let's get on with the redesigns. So starting with Sonic's design, he's a lot older. Of course, this takes 15 years after the tragic events of our AU. So he is about 30 years old, because we're going with the canon that he was 15 during the Sonic Adventure 2 events. Even though that's not entirely accurate, we're just gonna say that he was 15 when that happened. So he's 30 now. He's a lot taller. Yeah, he grew quite a bit. So I feel like he's a little bit awkward. He doesn't really know what to do with himself because he's a lot taller than he expected to be, and we don't really know what his parents look like, so I don't know, maybe his dad or his mom could have been really tall and we wouldn't even know it. He's a tall guy for, you know, his species. I mean, hedgehog, how do you think hedgehogs grow? Like, I don't really know, but anyways, quills are a lot messier. As you can see, he's always wearing Tails' aviator jacket that he gifted Tails. It does fit him a little bit small, but he doesn't care. He's still gonna wear it. He's attached to that thing like there is no tomorrow. Fun fact, he bought that jacket for Tails a little too big by accident, but then he was like, you know what, you're gonna grow into it. Don't worry about it. And we all know what happened, so I guess he didn't. Oops. For his limb enhancers, I really don't know where I got the inspiration from. I'm gonna be completely honest. I just kind of did what I thought would make sense. You know, something that I think would be able to work in a hypothetical scenario. They can move. He has this like little springs that he can move and be flexible with. They used to be a lot rustier on the original concept, but I did change them to be a little more kept up because I just kind of got like grossed out. I was like, this guy is gonna give people tetanus, it's not gonna be good. So I did change it. He still has his soap shoes because Sonic Adventure, and also I think those shoes are really cool and I like them a lot. He does have some bandages because he doesn't really take care of himself that much. So he gets a little bit hurt sometimes trying to fix his limb enhancers, and that's why he's wearing some bandages here and there. And here is the finished reference sheet. Now for Shadow's design, this one I struggled so much with because, listen, so the inspiration for his body, I would say, I went for the leitmotif of everything being pointy. So I thought that he would have a upside down Dorito type of body shape, because it fits really well with his quills that they're pointing upwards. His ears, I did change them a little bit to make them look like when a cat is angry and their ears look like horns. I was trying to emulate that. I'm not sure if I succeeded with that, but I feel like they look pretty cute. They look like little horns. Also because he's kind of the son of a weird alien demon, so I think it fits. For his boots, he lost his shoes, he lost his original gloves and inhibitor rings, so it's been a mess. His shoes, they were inspired by cowboy shoes. As you can see, they pop up over the screen because I was looking at a reference and I struggled so much with drawing shoes, but that's besides the point. I did move his rings to be accessories on his boots to be a lot smaller, like these cute little rings. They glow. They still work like normal inhibitors, but they're a lot smaller and they don't really contain all of his power and energy. So he does get a lot worn out and he's a lot more tired. It's been 15 years. He has not grown very much. He's a short guy. As you can see, he did grow a little bit, but not as much as Sonic. He's still a lot shorter than him. And I feel like that would be really funny because, you know, he was born as a grown hedgehog alien thing because he was made in the lab. So I'm not sure how he would be aging. Maybe not normally, maybe a lot slower than a normal hedgehog would. I did give him a coat. I went with the space cowboy sort of inspiration, and as you can see, he has a wound on his side, and that will be explained a lot later because if I go into it, I'm just not gonna be... it's just gonna spoil a lot of things in the comic. So that's sort of what his design was inspired by. Space cowboy, hunter. So you can see he has his little bag. He keeps some things in there. Maybe an alien gun, who knows. He does sport a gun, because of course he does. Like, what are we going to do, not give him a gun? He has a mask that he uses to cover up his identity with because he is running away from the space police. He has been doing as Shadow does, just being a weirdo and doing weird, questionable stuff that only he understands. I don't know. He's kind of crazy. He's a little bit quirky, you know him. His mask is inspired by Japanese kitsune mask, of course. I did give it little horns, foreshadowing something else, but I'm not allowed to get into because I'm gonna spoil the whole comic. This is just me teasing you guys. Here is the height difference. Yeah, it's it's pretty cute. I don't know what to say. These are the original designs, the original concept art that I was coming up with when I was first writing this AU. They did change a lot. Also, my style just became a lot better. They used to look really weird for some reason. I don't know. Sonic just looks like movie Sonic, like the ugly one from the Chip and Dale. Oh my gosh, he looks so ugly. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed my rambling, explaining what my idea was behind these designs, redesigning them in a sort of way. I really hope you enjoyed this video and go read the comic. My team and I have been working so hard on this comic and it's been a bit tough managing school projects and this a little bit tough, but we can do it. If you'd like to support us, our Ko-fi page will be linked down below, as well as all of our social medias. You can keep up with our Tumblr blog, where we have a whole comic master post if you'd like to read more about that. And we do update our comic once each month. We do upload 5 to 10 pages per update. We don't have a set schedule because of school. It's just been so tough to just pick a day because you can't just pick a day studying university. You just can't. It's a bit tough. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this part of our AU and we're really excited for the next chapters. It's been honestly very awesome and we have a really cool community. How do you end the video? Bye.